From mercilessly roasting a host who checks his phone during interviews
on my day to do this and then feeling like I'm forcing you guys to do the podcast.
To a comedian destroying a radio host who broke personal boundaries.
Oh my God, this is going horribly.
It's an easy question.
Oh, come on.
These are the moments where comedians humiliate rude podcast hosts. Jimmy wasted no time putting Bert in his place on the Two Bears, One Cave podcast when the host tried to poke fun at him just minutes into the interview.
Do you want to do your impression of Jimmy for him?
Hello, Mummy. I would like to take my spot of tea at the meadow today.
Right. Right, so you not watched a lot of Downton Abbey, but quite a lot of Guy Ritchie films.
I have. I've only watched Guy Ritchie.
The conversation quickly shifted to how Bert was mouthing everyone's jokes during the previous night's comedy special, setting Jimmy up for the perfect comeback.
My only take back, and if you watch the special, it's super enjoyable, is I read everyone's jokes as they were doing them because I was reading the prompter. So the
you're saying this because you think we don't know that?
Oh.
No, we saw it.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Oh, no. I was going to inquire as to your reading age.
Even when Bert thought the heat was off him, Jimmy made sure to slip in those subtle jabs that left everyone else laughing while Bert struggled to keep up.
He was
he's
great.
A legit goddamn movie star.
Yeah.
Not like one machine movie. That didn't count. Like a proper, proper general release. Like people went to see it, they bought tickets.
Yes.
It's like a real movie.
Yeah.
Not that. No.
Real revenue. Yes.
Not like whatever. You made a thing for YouTube. Not that.
Yes.
A real one.
Yes.
It
was the real deal.
Star.
Yeah.
I was reading his prompter, and he would go.
Yes, we know. it was on television.
I know. He would go off book, and I was getting nervous for the prompter guy because you'd see the prompter guy scroll and then scroll back and scroll back and back and back. Kevin would come back and hit the thing that was on the screen. Kevin murdered.
The tension kept building as Jimmy continued to target a host with increasingly pointed remarks about his behavior.
When we got our first laugh, I went, okay, I have to wait for the laughter to end to say my next line.
Yeah, and it's a long laugh in that room as well because it's a big room.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're used to big rooms, but it's a big room.
Yeah.
Things took an awkward turn when Bert started getting too comfortable, sharing bizarre personal stories that clearly made Jimmy uncomfortable.
My first joke that worked was about jerking off in a cheeseburger.
Into one?
No, with one. I put it around my dick and jerked off with a cheeseburger around my dick.
Jimmy's concern was obvious, and he responded with a perfectly timed jab at Bert's questionable behavior that had everyone in the studio cringing.
Did they make you leave In and Out?
No, but
They shouldn't have called it In and Out if they didn't want people to do that. Do you talk about animal style?
You're so good. None of these are in my bit.
Yeah. I said no mayo. How much of a problem do you have with food before you fuck a burger? I'm not a psychiatrist, but that feels like this is the conversation before the intervention, right? Oh, I love food. No, you don't understand.
Despite Jimmy's razor-sharp wit, his humor repeatedly went over Bert's head, making the roasting even more brutal to watch.
When you started doing comedy clubs, because we both started in comedy clubs, and I was not good at recognizing morons. Like, I would tether up to morons quick. Tom is really good at picking out morons. Like, he's like, fuck that guy, he's an idiot.
He knows he's saying this, yeah?
Yeah. Why, what am I saying? but were you, because you were like, you came from a different world.
I still don't think he knows he's saying it.
Okay. So, would you?
So you're saying Tom's good at picking out morons?
He's really good at picking out morons. Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
And there, you saw the penny drop in perhaps the slowest of all motions.
What a fart.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't get a joke about being a moron.
You have to make me another drink. So wait, did you
Can
suffer?
we take 2 drinks away?
Speaking of uncomfortable moments, things got extremely tense when Jim Norton thoughtlessly brought up a deeply traumatic subject during his interview with actor Dylan McDermott.
I know your mom was killed, right? But did they?
There you go. That's what I'm getting to.
McDermott did his best to maintain his composure, but as the host continued making light of his mother's death, his discomfort became increasingly apparent.
Was it something that was ruled accidental and then declared a murder? There was some kind of something, I guess not, how am I trying to say that? It wasn't it was changed what they thought happened.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to get into that now. I'm just talking about LA to Vegas, but
okay.
Yeah, it was definitely rough. And,
what night is that on?
It's on Tuesdays at 9.
It's on Tuesdays at 9. It's not the death slot. Hey, speaking of death, what time? LA to Vegas, I love it.
Just when you thought things couldn't possibly get worse, the hosts then offered McDermott alcohol, seemingly oblivious to the fact that he's a recovering alcoholic.
So, she was an artist, and she explained to me, how it all works. And
No, he's
he actually. Oh, that's right. You're in recovery. You don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
so is he. Sorry, he was Irish. I had Jameson's. I thought I was being rude.
While some hosts cross boundaries out of ignorance, others let their egos get the best of them. That's exactly what happened when Bill Burr completely destroyed Joe Rogan on his own show. Despite their long friendship, Bill didn't hesitate to challenge Joe when the conversation turned to mask wearing during the pandemic.
Quarantining like the people that come by the houses, you see the fucking, the same people that were going in and out of the house who are not part of their family still going in and out of the house.
You want people to walk down the street with a mask on?
Let's not start this, Joe.
Do you, though?
Let's not start this.
Burr, never one to let questionable claims go unchallenged, immediately fired back with his signature blend of common sense and biting humor.
I don't want to start this bullshit. I'm not going to sit here with no medical degree, listening to you with no medical degree, with an American flag behind you, smoking a cigar, acting like we know what's up, better than the CDC.
What followed was a masterclass in how to stand your ground while keeping the conversation from descending into hostile territory.
Even they say you shouldn't wear a mask unless you're treating a coronavirus patient. The World Health Organization.
Yeah, but they didn't say that initially. They didn't say it initially.
No, they didn't.
They did, and then it gradually, and then and then everybody wore the fucking masks. This is like rollerblading. Everybody fucking rollerbladed, and then there was that one fucking homophobic joke, and then everybody acted like they never did it.
When Joe contradicted himself about the pandemic, Bill schooled him in the only way he knew how to keep things from exploding.
Oh God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe, and your 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man right here. A man doesn't wear a mask.
Throughout the heated exchange, Bill maintained his position, showing exactly why he's respected even by those who disagree with him.
Anything that seems like you're not taking chances, right? That's what
I don't
the
have
mask
a problem with that unless you were already wearing the mask and then you're acting like you didn't. And then all of a sudden people watch your thing and then they all pile up. Oh, look at this bitch wearing the mask. It's like, you were fucking doing it 2 weeks ago.
But for sheer moral courage, nothing tops Shane Gillis confronting the hosts of the Flagrant podcast when they crossed a serious line. The tension began when the hosts insensitively compared Shane to a TikToker with Down syndrome.
Bro, Shane actually has been working out. This is fucking crazy.
Let's see it. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Bro, you look good. Is this from West Point?
That actually is.
Oh, nice.
You guys, and you know what?
That's his rival's profile picture. Shane, can we click the video? I just want to hear the sound. I just want to hear the sound.
It's his Sue. It's
Sue. Yeah.
Nah, you look great, dog. Congrats.
I don't think that's funny.
This hit particularly hard for Gillis, who has family members with Down syndrome. Yet incredibly, the hosts still wouldn't back down from their tasteless jokes.
But that's not me, so yeah, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's okay, dude. It's okay.
Gillis finally reached his breaking point when the hosts laughed at a video of someone with Down syndrome dancing, creating one of the most powerful moments of a comedian standing up for what's right.
Yeah. That's wild. These guys are awesome.
Yeah.
They're happy for you guys to sit here and be like,
wait a minute.
Let's bring it up and mock them. That's fucked up, dude. That's a dude. By using them as an insult.
We're using you.
So you're insulting them by saying I look like them? Or you're insulting me by saying I look like them?
This is you backing your victim.
No, I'm not being a victim. I'm saying the jokes you're doing is not, it's not like...
It's not PC?
That's not cool.
While Gillis stood up against offensive jokes, Jimmy had to deal with invasive questioning when he appeared on the Your Mom's House podcast. The interview started going downhill when co-host Christina began asking increasingly dumb questions.
Why? So do the Royals just have their own dialect? Or is that like a super upper crust accent? What is the Royal accent?
Are the royal family posh is your question?
Well, like...
And this seems borderline return.
When Christina crossed the line with her invasive inquiries, Jimmy had clearly had enough of her disrespectful approach.
Talk more about my tour
Jimmy,
and the disappearing bodies.
Can I tell you that when you talk, I just assume you're so much smarter than every other guest we've had. I mean, you probably are.
There is a real health and safety thing here. I feel feel your wife, there's a very real risk she may slip off her seat.
I love
this
it.
is, I can
I mean,
I feel there's
No, but Jimmy, I'm just saying you're
there's
very-
a connection here.
No, it's not that. It's just
I
that
don't want to call
you're
him
so
a cock
smart.
to his face, but it really feels like
it's
this
not
is
that.
about to happen, isn't
Can
it?
One would think a single devastating comeback would be enough to change her behavior, but Christina persisted, forcing Jimmy to put her in her place yet again.
Not all, I mean, the British
I
accent
feel-
is you always go like, oh, this is better, this is smarter, but then he has a very sophisticated way
You're
of
so
speaking.
sophisticated.
And he is actually intelligent. Because you meet like, hello.
That's
he-
us.
you know,
That's me.
and
I'm the
that's-
chimney sweeper
yeah.
next to you. Oh, hello, Jimmy Carr. Welcome to the show. Like, I feel like a fucking...
You spent a year in Oxford. You're hiding
Listen to
it
his
so
accent.
well.
Eventually, Jimmy expanded his comedic targets to include Tom, the other host, showing that no one was safe from his quick wit.
My idea for you, I'm not your business manager. I think your divorce should be pay-per-view. And it feel like we all know it's coming, right? You know, we should both. Well,
No, he's got it. Go. What? Just
no, but that thing of like, I genuinely think
he's
it
so
could be
smart.
great.
Let him talk.
But Christina's persistence in asking ridiculous questions inevitably brought Jimmy's focus right back to her.
Jimmy Carr, can I ask you another retarded question?
Sure.
When you meet...
I don't think you couldn't.
Oh, I can't, yeah.
By the end of the podcast, it was clear to everyone watching that Jimmy's razor-sharp responses were the true highlight of the entire show. Few comedians can match Bill Burr when it comes to handling pompous hosts, as evidenced by his legendary appearance on Bill Maher's show.
I just think it's gauche, but yeah.
Go again with the big words.
Maher's superiority complex was on full display as he constantly tried to one-up his guest, but Burr wasn't having any of it, landing the perfect comeback that left Maher visibly rattled.
The Beatles stink.
I can always talk Beatles, and yes, one reason they are prima inter pares among rock gods is that they...
I've never heard all of those words. Was that 3 words? Was that 2 words?
That's Latin for first among equals.
Don't you save that for your parties when you're wearing your smoking jacket? I'll tell you, that Bill Maher is really smart. He is really well-read. He just said prima paravardes.
Prima inter pares.
Inter pares.
You know what? I'm not the bad guy because I know more. Okay, can we just get
That's
that?
right. Don't
Can we
make me-
just
don't make me-
Chiron that?
exactly.
I'm not the bad guy because I know things. I apologize.
You should say, I'm sorry, I'm not stupid, Bill. That's what you should have said.
The tension reached its peak when Maher brought up the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, clearly expecting Burr to back down from such a complex topic.
Have you heard what's going on college campuses these days?
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas? They are in with the
No,
terrorists?
they were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
But Maher had severely underestimated his guest. Burr stood his ground with unwavering confidence, refusing to be intimidated by Maher's condescending tone.
Have you heard what's going on college campuses these days?
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas? They are in with the
No,
terrorists?
they were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well,
it comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country.
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're
what?
the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually
There you
did.
go. That's fantastic.
Anyway.
All right.
We don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and.
By the show's end, it was painfully obvious that Burr had had enough of Maher's massive ego and decided to shut him down with a series of brutal responses that left the host speechless.
Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that. Well, let me ask you a question. How is war still legal? All this shit that's been canceled.
Legal.
Why is that still fucking legal?
Would you like a real answer to that? Because for something to be illegal, you have to have the capacity to enforce it. And you can't enforce against war, or else you have to go to war with the country that's going to war. And we don't want to go to war with Russia over Ukraine. What would be the sense of making it illegal? Oh, that's really going to stop Putin. No. To stop people from going to war, you have to also put boots...
Can't sit down and talk it out. It's your thing. It's what you...
That is my
It isn't
thing.
your
This
thing.
is not
It
your
isn't.
thing.
You're like that guy
Plain
that
that-
has a fantasy football team and thinks he's a fucking GM.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I fucking listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
No, I would never go to Washington.
Beneath you.
While Bill Burr uses calculated precision in his takedowns, Andrew Schultz brings a more direct approach, as the hosts of the Neil podcast discovered the hard way. Schultz was visibly irritated when he noticed one of the hosts, Steiny, casually checking his phone during their conversation.
What bothers you the most right now?
Nothing.
Nothing bothers you?
You looking at your phone while we're doing this interview, and everybody's seeming disinterested.
Were you looking at notes or notes?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Me taking time out of my day to do this, and then feeling
Dude,
like
I've never
I'm forcing you guys to do the podcast.
I've never been more
That
excited to
annoyed
do
me.
a podcast.
Say again?
I've never been more excited. I'm sorry. I
Don't
look at my notes.
apologize.
No.
Don't apologize. You asked me what annoyed me, and I gave you an honest answer.
Wait, are you being serious about that?
Yeah, that annoyed me.
Really?
Yeah.
So if
Is
someone
that surprising to you?
Well, if I'm looking at my notes, I have some things personally that I wrote that I wanted to ask. Not on
Okay,
there.
okay.
So I can't look at that and then ask you that.
I mean, you can, I guess.
What if someone in the audience is on their phone when you're doing it?
Then they're gonna get the same treatment you got.
Would you call them out?
Yeah.
Have you done that before?
Yes.
And how's that reaction?
Good.
Rather than just calling out this single act of rudeness, Andrew launched into a comprehensive roast of the entire room, questioning their professional chemistry and wondering aloud if this was just an off day or their standard level of incompetence.
Are you guys friends with each other?
Yeah.
Like,
Why, you don't
genuinely?
get that vibe?
No.
Why not?
Because the chemistry is weird.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It's just I don't get it.
What's confusing?
It's
though?
just an
so I can help
awkward
break it down for
podcast.
you.
It's like a weird thing. Like, do you guys do you have stories where you like bust balls like are there?
Yeah, well, we usually have a different guy who sits in.
Yeah.
We wanted to have Steve on this one. But
Yeah,
he sat
with
in.
Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Brad too.
Yeah?
He's great. And what, Brad usually drives it or something like that?
What do you mean?
Like, is he usually driving the interview?
Why? You don't think we're doing a good job of that?
No, not really. I mean, it's not my favorite.
Is this a joke? I don't understand.
Right? Like, I don't know. Like, are you guys having a good time?
I was until that comes.
Is this what it's normally like?
No, I mean, I was having a good time.
The situation took an even more awkward turn when Steiny, seemingly unaware of how deep a hole he was digging, asked Andrew for feedback on his performance. Instead of a simple answer, he received what can only be described as an impromptu therapy session about his deep-seated insecurities.
Well, that's what happens when you have real reactions when you're being phony. When
was I
you're
phony?
phony with somebody
When
and
was
then
I
you get a
phony
real
with you?
reaction, you can't be upset.
When was I phony
But
with
you're
you?
doing exactly what you should do. You should try to get your moments. This is a good moment for you.
Bro, you're crazy. You think I'm doing this for click?
Even the way your voice sounds when you say it isn't real.
Are you
Do
serious
you think
right
you're
now?
being real?
I'm
Just
asking
try to
you.
be
I mean,
you.
I'm supposed to be connected with you as fucking Mishwucha right now, but like you're coming at me, so I'm curious.
He thinks I'm Jewish.
You are, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
This exchange revealed a rarely seen serious side of Andrew, who later admitted he wasn't sure if the hosts were deliberately trolling him or just genuinely unprepared. Even radio professionals aren't immune to a comedian's wrath, as Charlemagne discovered when he tried to match wits with Bill Burr. As Bill was thoughtfully discussing relationships and human connections, Charlemagne threw out a joke that immediately earned him a verbal smackdown.
In my life. And the first one was a dude. He was just so that wasn't happening.
Wasn't
But
the type?
No, he was like, no, just walk in the room, you know, and you just knew the person coming in the room. She has that vibe, right? So, hold on, you gotta clear that up. That would be clear, but you didn't date. No, I just want to make sure.
Is it the first one?
When
was
are
a
guys
dude?
gonna when are black people gonna let go of this homophobia? You always gotta check. Like, what are you doing
for the
with your
story.
manicured eyebrows? Like, I'm fucking gonna sit here and act like you're all good over there. Like, you don't swing a leg over the fence every once in a while. Like, hey, wait a minute.
That's precisely when Charlemagne learned the cardinal rule of interviewing Bill Burr. If you try to be funny at his expense, be prepared for an hour of merciless roasting.
Free. So that's what I meant.
Got you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to sucking dick for a show again. This guy's a one-trick pony over here. So we go to like.
What started as a standard interview quickly transformed into something more akin to a comedy special, with Charlemagne squarely in the role of unwitting target. While Burr maintains a certain level of professionalism, Cat Williams takes no prisoners, as radio host Wanda Smith discovered to her detriment. The confrontation began innocently enough, with Williams making playful jokes about Smith's cooking abilities.
I'm what?
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you
Well,
didn't.
that's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Your boys.
They like for me to. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey,
And they
right
love-
now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli, and tell me does it say heat up water?
Shut up.
that the only step in broccoli? Heat up water? Simmer. Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? Can you burn broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
However, the atmosphere shifted dramatically when Smith broke an explicit boundary by bringing up Williams' past arrests, a topic he had specifically asked her not to mention.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Yeah. I've never been to prison.
You have
19
several
felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it
yeah.
off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No. Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
Feeling disrespected, Williams unleashed a barrage of jokes that went far beyond playful banter, creating palpable tension in the studio.
If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Cat and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Even toward the end of the interview, when Wanda, still smarting from the earlier roasting, took one final jab at Kat, she quickly discovered why challenging him is always a losing proposition.
Your hair is kind of...
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
You don't?
Oops.
Oh, that's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Come here.
While you on air, so they can hear you live.
Come on. Let me come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry. Ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay?
Only one of our hands moving while we talking.
If there's one lesson to take from these exchanges, it's that you should never throw shade at Cat Williams and expect him to let it slide without consequences.
Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig.
And make sure
that wig and that headphones come together.
All that clothes you